your news. This is 69 News, live at noon.
A man and woman trapped in waist-deep floodwaters had to be rescued this morning in Montgomery County. It happened around 5:30 this morning on College Drive near Montgomery County Community College in Pottstown. A 69 News crew on the scene said the man and woman called 911 while they were trapped in fast-moving floodwaters. Our crew said they had a flashlight with them, and rescue crews were able to spot them and get a boat out to them. They were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. The heavy rain caused the Saucon Creek to overflow its banks and closed part of Route 412 in Bethlehem this morning. Water from the swollen creek lapped at the roadway of a bridge. The overflow from the creek swamped the surrounding area. It was strong enough to bend a chain link fence around a ball field. Let's get the latest from AccuWeather now with WFMZ meteorologist Matt Broderick. Matt.
All right, Jaciel, thanks very much. Yeah, obviously the rainfall causing all sorts of issues across the region overnight, and still, as of right now, we've got some of those road closures. And of course, we continue to watch the rivers, which continue to rise for the most part. Obviously, the Delaware, an important thing here right through the day tomorrow. So keep that in mind. The Delaware, the very large body of water. So it takes a while for the water levels to catch up to the rainfall. Currently, you can see those numbers on the right, still well below flood stage, which obviously is good news. But notice what we've got going on. Anything in that magenta shading, we expect the crest to go over the flood stage. So except for Belvedere, which right now we expect to crest tomorrow afternoon below flood stage. Tox Island, 24.2. That's about 3 feet above flood stage. That occurs tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Easton now has jumped to 27.1. Now, as we've been mentioning for the last 24 to 48 hours, these numbers change quite a bit in either direction. But right now, 27.1 would put us up to Riverside Street, which is 26 feet. So that is obviously something we need to watch, but it would go over flood stage between about 2 and 5 o'clock tomorrow. Trenton, also Regalsville, by the way, would go over. Let's check out the Schuylkill. Now, some good news here. Bern has crested and is on its way down. Reading has not crested, but you'll notice that the forecast crest should be below flood stage. That's the way things look now. Right now at 10.49 feet. We expect that to go to 12.5, and the flood stage is 13. So lots to watch for. Pottstown looks okay for now, but could just go over its banks by later today. As far as the radar is concerned, you'll notice that we are seeing this thing finally start to move away. The western sections are starting to dry things out. There is some sun occurring out toward Harrisburg, and we expect to see this drying occur right through the afternoon. So we'll allow for showers into the early afternoon before it comes to an end, breezy and cool. Full 6-day update on the Lehigh River and rainfall totals all coming up in a few more minutes. For now, back over to Jaciel.
Thank you, Matt. And we have team coverage of flooding this noon. WFMZ's Melissa Fullerton is live in Reading along the Schuylkill River. Meteorologist Mark Shanaberger is live in Easton along the Delaware. Let's start with Melissa.
Hi, Jaciel. Well, emergency management officials here say this is about as high as the Schuylkill River should get. You heard Matt say the latest numbers say it won't even hit flood stage, which is 13 feet. We're hearing now that it's supposed to crest around 12.5 feet a little later this afternoon, and that is certainly good news compared to yesterday's predictions that were calling for severe flooding along here. The river rose and rushed through Reading, but to the delight of most, stayed within the boundaries of its banks.
It looks good. Looks really good for today.
Thursday, officials warned businesses along this section of the river that they may need to retreat to higher ground. Friday morning, those same businesses got the good news that they could stay put.
I think it's better to be safe than sorry. You know, it's the old adage certainly plays true, and weather is so completely unpredictable.
The quickly changing conditions were most evident on the roadways around Berks County. Early this morning, the driver of this SUV took a chance but got stuck in high waters on Route 61 in Onalani Township. And take a look at this car that went off the road and into a creek in Kumru Township. Police on the scene there say the 72-year-old driver is okay, but has quite a story. Officials say the woman lost control of the car in the rain Thursday night and was trapped for more than 7 hours before crawling to safety in the daylight. Officials say it could take 24 hours or more before the water gets to near normal levels here. In the meantime, they're warning people not to go looking for trouble. You can see how quickly the water is moving behind us. They say this is certainly not the time to go fishing or boating. There was actually a person here a little while ago who was trying to go swimming. Firefighters were here and stopped her. So they say the best advice is just to stay away from the water altogether. We are live in Reading. I'm Melissa Fullerton, 69 News.
All right, thank you, Melissa. And now let's go to Mark Shanaberger. He's near the Delaware River in Easton. Mark.
Yeah, Jaciel, I'm near the Delaware where the Lehigh actually meets the Delaware, and behind me is the Lehigh River. That's exactly where it comes into the Delaware River, and you can see it is flowing very, very well. The rain is also coming down here very heavy right now, so I heard Matt mention some sunshine. I'd go for some of that right now. That wouldn't be too bad. As far as what we're seeing along the Lehigh, the crest should happen in most locations in the next couple of hours or this afternoon. So that is some good news along the Lehigh. Now we turn our eyes towards the Delaware, and the Delaware continues to be an issue right into the start of our weekend. Right now it's at 13.1 feet. The expected crest is 27.1. So as you take a look at the Delaware, you can see that it is down, but we're expecting it to rise another 14 feet, and that is significant. There will be some flooding caused from backwater from the Delaware along the Lehigh River at 18 feet, and 26 feet we see flooding up to Riverside Street. We're standing right by Larry Holmes Drive, so it's going to be an issue here. Doesn't look like it will be as big of an issue as what we've seen in the past. Some historical crests. 2005 we saw 37.2 feet crest, a 2-foot crest. As far as 2006, 37.1. 2004, 33.5, and then back in 2006 it was at 30.7. So we're not going to get that high. It will be an issue here if the crest is met tomorrow at 27.1. Now, like Matt said, things continue to fluctuate as numbers come in from the rainfall amounts, as the rivers continue to funnel down to the Delaware, the streams, the creeks continue to funnel down to the Delaware. These numbers might change, so you want to stay tuned to the AccuWeather channel and 69 News over the next 24 hours as we continue to monitor this situation. Also, with roadways, with Riverside Street possibly being a little bit flooded tomorrow. We've seen some flooding going on in other locations. You want to stay away from those barricades, turn around and move in another direction. Find an alternate route. You don't want to pass through them. Those continue to be a problem. People wanting to go through those flooded roadways, that continues to be an issue as we move through the day today, and it will be an issue again tomorrow. Live from Easton, I'm WFMZ meteorologist Mark Shanaberger, back inside to you.
Mark, not that we're recommending this, but people like to check out the scene that you're at. Where exactly are you standing?
We are standing directly across from the Larry Holmes ringside. So if you want to come down and check it out, I imagine by tomorrow afternoon, if this rises another 14 feet, this little area that I'm standing on will be covered with water. So that's the situation, that you're not going to be able to do this tomorrow. But right now, if you want to come out and check out some of the power, it's really, really impressive out here right now. So just be careful. The
sound is just amazing behind you.
It is amazing. It sounds like Niagara Falls is behind me. But
I was thinking that too.
You want to stay away from these rivers. A lot of people want to go out and check them out because they are so impressive right now. But please give yourself plenty of distance when you're taking your pictures or your videos.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mark. Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell has opened an emergency operations center because of the 2-day downpour. The center will help people deal with the heavy rain and its aftermath. The governor has also put the Pennsylvania National Guard on standby for the parts of the state where the rainfall has been the heaviest. Drivers in Lancaster County were also hampered by flooding from the storm. This was a scene yesterday after a woman in an SUV drove into a huge puddle of water and didn't make it out. She climbed up on her roof, and firefighters had to rescue her with a ladder truck. Torrential downpours are causing problems throughout the Northeast. Traffic was snarled in New York City, and tens of thousands across the region had their power knocked out. Some places got as much as 12 inches of rain yesterday. Standing water has also slowed rail travel, and slippery conditions are to blame for an accident that killed 4 people in North Carolina. That wraps up our storm coverage for now. Matt will have the full forecast in a few minutes, and you can tune into the AccuWeather channel for the latest on the storm. You can also see pictures from our news crews on location by logging on to our website at WFMZ.com.